you never know who's gonna win. It's all over. That's what I love about Terracross.
And I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm really pumped.
Coming into the 5th round, I'm 1 point ahead of Jason Luberg.
It's a tough field. I mean, there's really good competition. That's what makes it fun.
I don't think if it comes down to he and I battling on the track, it's gonna be that friendly.
Welcome everyone to Charlotte, North Carolina and the Charlotte Motor Speedway, home to NASCAR Cup racing and of course the infamous All-Star race for NASCAR. This weekend, however, it is host to the final race of the 2014 Mystik Lubricants Terracross Championship. Hi, I'm Tess Sewell, and I'll be calling this race alongside Paul Thacker. And do we have an incredible race to the title coming up? Dana Creech, the only driver to get repeat wins this season and taking the first win here in Charlotte, well, he's not the driver with a target on his back because this year has been all about consistency. BC Vaught sits in the 2nd place, but that big target, well, that's on the back of Jason Luberg, who took 3rd in the first race here in Charlotte and is down with Paul Thacker.
Thanks, Tess. So, Chase, you've basically banged, smashed, cornered your way, and clawed your way back to the front of this championship race for the 2014 Terracross. This is the final, and you're the man to beat. There's got to be a little pressure there. Take me through it.
Oh yeah, there's some added pressure. I was points leader all the way until Minnesota, and then just been working, trying to get back to it. The pressure's on just to be calm, not try and charge too hard, just finish the race. Top 5 would be good.
Yeah, this Charlotte course has been absolutely epic. Just controlled chaos the whole time. It's just been so much fun to watch. What's it going to take to bring this thing home and win this championship today?
Just not go out and drive, too hard. Just stay back and got plenty of time to work on it. Everybody breaks, so it happens. Just hope that it's not me.
Well, I wish you the best, man. I hope you take this thing home today. Stoked for you.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
And look at those points. A 12-point lead over BC Vaught, 13 points over Dana Creech. But Vaught and Creech did not get into the final automatically. They have to fight their way out of this last chance qualifier. Dana Creech is on the line, and Laurent Nicholas caught up with him.
With a win in round 5, Dana Creech now finds himself in the LCQ. Dana, you're 13 points behind the leader. Is that weighing on your mind?
Yes, definitely. Now that I'm in the chance of the championship, I was hoping to do really good in that heat race, man. Running 2nd, that would have been sufficient, but I clipped that darn thing, man. I have a lot of work to do. I'm going to try my best. I just want to thank my sponsors and do them proud.
Dana, best of luck.
Thank you, Lorette.
So 2 spots out of this last chance qualifier into that final. And that means that both BC Vaught and Dana Creech are going to have to work hard to get into that final. There's Dana Creech sitting on the front line on the inside. And Paul, we know that inside line is a good place to be, but everybody's going to try and force their way through.
Absolutely. This is the last chance in the very last race of the year. These guys are not going to hold anything back. You see Tim Wyatt there, our course builder. These guys are ready to rock.
So 4 drivers in the race, only 2 will transfer through to the final. Dana Creech wants to fight his way out of this last chance qualifier. In the second last chance qualifier coming up, it'll be BC Vaught's story. But a great start for Dana Creech. That's the way to do it.
Absolutely huge hole shot. I mean, just, oh my gosh, look at how slick that corner is. They just watered the track. And if you're not out front, you're gonna have a hard time seeing after you come through there.
So Dana Creech over Hans Ada. And then coming through next, there's the number 5 of Tim Wyatt. And Tim Wyatt designed and built this course here in Charlotte. And everyone talking about how good this course is, how wide it is, and how many passing opportunities there are.
Absolutely. Everybody's been super complimentary to Tim about he built such a great, very competitive and equal course. And the guys that are making mistakes, it's not running into each other, it's just running out of talent.
So there you see the variations there, going through the sand, dusty corners, and then the watered sections of the track that are, they've caused a lot of problems
You're very right. We've seen, look at Dana getting her up on 2 wheels. These guys trying to back it into that big sweeping corner. Look at that.
Whoa.
Ada getting sideways there a little bit. But that rhythm section right there has really just been fun to watch all weekend.
So a great mix there of dust and muddiness just in one lap that you've seen. 12 guys already into the final. There are 4 spots left. 2 from this last chance qualifier, 2 from the next last chance qualifier. Right now, though, Dana Creech is looking pretty good at getting himself a spot in the final.
Dana's been really fast all season. He's just lacked a little bit of consistency. It's not a big surprise to see him out front in this LCQ.
So Dana Creech trying to work his way into the final. Can he do it? You'll find out when we come back.
Mystik Lubricants Terracross Championship is being brought to you by Mystik Lubricants, specially formulated for lubrication domination. Visit MystikLubes.com. By the Polaris RZR XP 1000. And by the General Insurance. Get an anonymous free car insurance quote now.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Mystik Lubricants Terracross Championship from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Last chance qualifier, #1 on the racetrack. Dana Creech in the number 52 machine is leading out Hans Eder by just over 3 seconds. Creech in the hunt for a championship, and he is working hard to get into that final.
Yeah, it's just smooth sailing. Take care of your equipment at this point. Get into the final. He's got that Humboldt Motorsports Polaris RZR looking real fast.
And remember, the top 2 will transfer, so Creech and Ada looking good right now. But we've seen in Terracross racing that can change in pretty much a heartbeat.
Anything can happen this year, and pretty much anything that could has. But so, you know, Dana he's really driving well.
He's driving it pretty hard still. I don't think he feels totally comfortable. You can see Hans Eder had a little bit of trouble behind him there on that turn and maybe just spun it a little bit too far out. But so far, on lap 4 of 5, Creech is looking comfortable. Ada also looking comfortable because there's a big gap back to Wyatt.
You can see just how much visibility comes into play when you see Creech go by. His machine's pretty dirty. When Ada comes by, you can't even tell what his sponsors are anymore. It's so muddy.
Well, the most amazing part is, you know, you come through the wet sections of this course, you're sliding sideways, you get covered in mud. Then all of a sudden, when you've got a wet visor, the dust comes in and just cakes itself, so you're pretty much riding blind at one point. White flag is out. This is the last lap of LCQ #1 for Dana Creech.
Dana is putting in a solid performance. You know this is going to add confidence for his final today. He's, like you said, he's in the championship HUD, so anything can happen.
But, I got to say, nobody expected Dana Creech to have to fight his way out of a last chance qualifier to get into that final. He has looked so good, and yet here he is fighting for a chance to be in the final.
Well, and it's just, you know, this track has been really challenging and more difficult for the drivers than some. And, you know, he made a mistake earlier and it cost him a spot in a qualifying round, and he ended up in the LCQ.
So Hans Eder is actually looking like he's gaining a little bit of ground. So I think, as you said earlier, maybe preserving the equipment, driving smart, because if he gets out of this, he's still got the final to go. So Dana Creech gets into that final. Hans Eder will take the second and final transfer spot. And there you have Dana putting her sideways.
Having a little bit of fun.
Oh, man, but he had this inside line at the start.
Yeah, having the top start pick has been so important. The guys have been taking that inside line because it's just been really, really fast.
And you can see here where he started to put that gap on the rest of the field. And when Dana Creech gets in clear air, well, he knows what to do with the racetrack. So Creech takes LCQ #1. That gets him into the final. So the second last chance qualifier coming up. There are only 2 more spots left in that final. There you see Creech and Ada transfer directly through to the final. But now comes the second last chance qualifier, and this one features BC Vaught, who was leading the championships coming into Charlotte, is now in second place in the point standings. Our very own Lorette Nickel has caught up with BC.
Well, I know he didn't get the result he wanted in round 5. BC, the points, 12 points between you and first place. Is it weighing on your mind?
Not really. 12 points. I mean, the party's over for me. You know, all I can do now is go out there, have a great time. I mean, I'm racing with some great dudes, lots of camaraderie, talented drivers I get to race against. Jarrett Johnson back here, that's pretty cool. So, hey man, I'm having a blast, but I'm gonna drive my butt off right now and try to beat Cole Coutu over here. It's some pretty stiff competition. So we should see a good race right now, but other than that, I'm gonna go out and have a blast. Thank you.
So the big question, Paulie, has he really given up, or is he maybe being a bit cagey?
I'm going with cagey. You know, BC got himself into this position by being consistent. He's not in the spot he wants to be, but you know he's going to give it everything he's got.
And like you said, Cole Coutu, a great racer. Only 2 are going to transfer out of this heat, and Jesse Johnson is the 3rd man in the number 15 machine sitting in the back there. So BC Vaught needs to get through to the final by being one of the top 2 in this race.
BC, what a solid hole shot. First to that first big sweeping corner. You know he's looking to find that spot in the final.
And the amazing thing from the onboard, he doesn't even look like he's trying. Look how smoothly he's working that wheel. And again, we've talked about this before in other programs where he is racing with no gloves on.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to catch up with the guys and find out why that is, but there has to be a reason. It must be some sort of comfort or feel for the machine, I suppose.
Oh, they're all getting stacked up there again. So Coutu right behind Vaught, and then Johnson, who is new to Terracross, and of course the brother of NASCAR's famous champion Jimmy Johnson. So he's getting in the mix there too, and if Coutu and BC Vaught have a little tussle, there may be a chance for him to slip through.
And this is Jesse's first shot at Terracross, and we know that he comes from a very talented four-wheel family, so he's learning at a pretty rapid pace, no doubt.
And I like the way he gets these corners on the slick stuff. He's not afraid of it, that's for sure. You know, we normally see him racing his truck, but oh! Just as I said he was doing well. Thanks for proving me wrong, Mr. Johnson. So BC Vaught leading out Cole Coutu. A great onboard shot there from BC. You see just how punishing it is to race lap after lap in these machines. Can he stay in the lead and take the win to get him in the final? We'll find out when we come back to Charlotte. Welcome back, everyone, to the Mystik Lubricants Terracross Championship. Great crowd here at Charlotte, enjoying some intense competition. Last chance qualifier number 2 is on the track, and this is where BC Vaught has to make sure he is in the top 2 that transfer through to the final, but then he's going to have to fight his way out of the back row of the final.
Yeah, you know, even though you might win an LCQ, it still starts you at the back of the main event, which, you know, at least you're in the main event, it gives you a chance, but not where you want to be necessarily.
And remember, BC Vaught was in second place in the points when we came into today. He didn't get out of the heat races into the final, so now he's having to fight out of this last chance qualifier. He is just ahead of Coutu in second place, and then Jesse Johnson all the way back in third in his Terracross debut.
Cole Coutu he's looking for a win here. He's not letting BC just walk away with this one.
And BC Vaught, you know, we were saying this about Dana Creech earlier on. He also needs to protect his equipment, because if you beat this thing up too badly and then get in the final, you're going to get nowhere. So BC Vaught comes across the finish line. He will make it into that final. Cole Coutu takes that second place and also transfers.
Again, Kolkatu on that inside, what we've seen been such a hot starting spot, but BC just rails that outside corner right into first place.
And BC Vaught coming out of that slick section, making the turn, puts it almost on two wheels, but manages to save it as Kolkatu checks up. That's all it took for BC Vaught to get his way, so we will see him in the finals coming up later in the show, and he is trying to fight his way through to his first ever Terracross championship. Now you see our transfer spots, Vaught and Katu, and Johnson doesn't manage to get through this time, but his brother Jarrett is in the final. That will come up later. Coming up next, though, pro women take to the track. Sarah Gilday, you're looking at here. She is looking for her first win.
Yeah, the women's class has been so much fun this year. We've had some of the most entertaining races of the whole series.
Currently leading the points in the pro women's standings, that would be Cindy Hart. She is hoping to wrap it up here in Charlotte today, and she talks about just how close the racing is.
The women bring a lot of good racing to the series. We have better battles. We kind of make mistakes on accident that make good racing. We put a lot into it, and we had to listen to our co-pilots to get over some of the jumps and stuff out there, which makes it a little bit more entertaining because we do have some of the pros in the buggies with us. So hopefully I can take a win. I'm 10 points ahead, so I need to try to still do somewhat decent out there to take the championship, but I just have my head in the game and get a good start. And it'll be a disappointment if I don't take it.
So Cindy Hart 3 points ahead of Jamie Ward as we get ready to start this pro women's final. You know, after a season, it's always amazing when you come down to such a tight championship race.
Oh, and Cindy's been so dominant after winning, 3 races. But now Jamie Ward is right there, and she's hungry for a title, no doubt about it.
Well, they will start in the back row. In the front row, though, Sarah Gilday, and she really would love to get her first win here in Charlotte, and this is the kind of track where she might do well.
Absolutely. Treya Barrett, she's been racing really well. It's her first year on the circuit. It'd be fun to see her in the victory circle.
So the women get to race along with some ballast next to them. There's Jason Luberg, our current points leader, sitting next to his sister, Jamie Ward Luberg. And then Cindy Hart with digger Doug Gust in that right-hand chair. Cindy, though, I mean, she knows how to race smart. She's got Doug there giving her a little bit of advice, like she said, when they go over the jumps, etc. But Jamie Ward is such a good, clean, and sometimes aggressive racer. Who do you think's got it today?
Boy, I tell you what, 3 points isn't very much. I think that it's Cindy's to lose, Jamie's to win.
And Jamie had the outside line there. She was trying to come around pretty fast, but right now she's being dropped back, which is good news for Cindy Hart in the 55. But this one is being led out by Treya Barrett, then Sarah Gilday, then it's Cindy Hart.
You can see as these ladies come in, you see this rhythm section. They get through this section really good. It's fun to watch.
I like that right-hand line there. You saw Sarah Gilday take that double, a lot of air there, and wow, it looked like a charge coming through there for Jamie Ward. And where did she find that speed? All of a sudden, she is now working her way past Cindy Hart.
You can see this on board with Sarah Gilday just sawing back and forth on the wheel. She looks pretty comfortable right now out front.
She really does. She is racing that bed endorsement machine, trying to get herself into the front of this race. But behind her is an epic battle royale. Jamie Ward and Cindy Hart, a 3-point battle for the championship. And look at this, Ward is going by.
Yeah, you knew that was coming. Jamie Ward's been so fast. She makes the pass on Sarah Gilday right into second place.
So working lap number 2 of 5 in this women's final. And that was a great move for Jamie Ward. Remember, she is trailing Cindy Hart by 3 points in the championship. So she needs to work her way through to the front, try and take Treya Barrett down. On board now with Jamie Ward.
And both of those drivers, driver and co-pilot, look pretty comfortable. There's not much interaction there.
And you'd imagine Jason Luberg might be making some comments to his sister, but obviously confident in the way she's driving and working her way through this field with such a tight championship battle on the line. So Sarah Gilday is still between Jamie Ward and Cindy Hart. I am surprised that Hart has not worked her way down through this field.
Yeah, I mean, basically 3 points separating him in this championship race. I would think Cindy's going to try and be as far up front as possible.
Yes, Cindy needs to get going because at any moment, Jamie Ward could turn this thing on, get that pass, and get past Treya Barrett. But meanwhile, Barrett leading this one out. She is doing a great job in that Performance Imaging Polaris Razor 1000. Jamie Ward trying to work the outside line in the split lane again to see if she can catch her.
Jamie Ward is definitely making time, though. She's in second now, but she's pressing for that top spot.
Coming through lap number 3 of 5. When they come past the flag, there'll be only 2 laps left to go.
Whoa.
Is Ward going to make the move here? Oh, wow. Barrett, did she come across? Did she make a mistake or did she cut across to defend? What's your call going to be?
I'm gonna go with mistake. That was all clean racing right there.
Jamie Ward going for a championship. Find out if she makes it when we come back.
Mystik Lubricant's Terracross Championship is being brought to you by the General Insurance. Get an anonymous free car insurance quote now.
Welcome back to Charlotte Motor Speedway, our pro women's final. Treya Barrett leading out Jamie Luberg. Luberg and Cindy Hart are in a battle for the championship. Luberg is presently 3 points behind Cindy Hart, but Hart is last in this race. And look at Jamie Ward. She is working so hard to get by.
She has been running so strong the last couple rounds. You knew she was going to be hungry for this one.
So Treya Barrett, Jamie Ward Luberg with her brother Jason Luberg sitting in the passenger seat. I mean, she may be getting a little too excited to come into the white flag. 1 lap to go.
You can see her in the onboard there. She's like, just take it easy, Jamie, just take it easy.
Wow. This is really heated up. I am absolutely shocked that Cindy Hart has not shown better. I don't know if something happened to the machine.
She's moved up into 3rd place, so this is going to be real tricky.
So 3 points coming in here and making the move again there. Jamie Ward, wow, going a little bit wide. So Treya Barrett trying to hold off the charge of Ward. Man, oh man, talk about taking it down to the wire in a championship. Barrett is looking good, but Jamie Ward needs to win this one to win the championship. I don't know if she's got enough time to do that.
Oh no!
Oh no, what happened to Treya Barrett? No way! At the very end of this race, something goes wrong and Jamie Ward Luberg takes the win.
Wow, what a finish, holy smokes.
An unbelievable Cindy Hart comes in 2nd. Oh man, what a race. Well, with a race and a performance like that, Jamie Ward has to be our Polaris Razor power performer.
You know, Jamie started in the back row. She came out charging. She didn't leave anything on the track and managed to put herself in a great position. I mean, look at her, kind of getting a little squirrely, but holding it together in this rhythm section. Oh.
I mean,
hang on tight in there.
She was
Jason.
driving that thing so hard. She would just not give up. Absolutely, I guess you could call it a relentless performance by Jamie Ward to take the win here in Charlotte. Oh, that was just incredible. And a 3-point differential between Ward and Hart. They both have 3 race wins, but the official Terracross rulebook says whoever wins the last race wins the tiebreaker. So your champion and your Polaris Razor Power performer, Jamie Ward Luberg. What a fantastic finish for her.
Jamie is obviously excited about the win. Cindy Hart definitely disappointed, but she had an excellent race season. Second place is nothing to scoff at. Great job, Cindy.
Well, the Luberg family story is not over. He moves from the passenger seat to the pilot seat. Let's hear from Jason Luberg as he goes for his first ever Terracross championship.
I'm very excited to be in the lead. I didn't expect it at all being the first season racing. You know, I've raced against some of these guys before, the quads. They're all different disciplines coming in. Everybody's really good, so I didn't expect this. It would mean a lot to take the championship this year. It's been a while since I've run a whole series of anything, and I'd be really pumped.
Can Jason make it a sweep for the Luberg family? Well, we'll answer that when we come back to Terracross. Welcome back to the Mystik Lubricants Terracross Championship here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, where this weekend they also enjoyed the auto fair with a bit of something for everybody.
There really was. You could buy old cars, new car parts, old car parts, just a little bit of everything.
And the Mystik girls, of course, helping everyone enjoy their day. And somebody grab all those kisses. Well, we had a little bit of fun earlier on with our Pro-Am racing. Remember, these racers are vying for a chance to be in the pro ranks next year.
And it was the 911 of Raymond Clark and the 52 of Jamie Anthony it was just some of the most entertaining stuff we've seen in a while.
Well, all kinds of chaos going on track there right from the start. You saw people cutting corners, trying to make their way around. Jamie Anthony looked great in that 52, then all of a sudden, someone called 911. Raymond Clark is all over the back of that 52.
And Raymond was not holding anything back. He was all over Jamie in that first place spot. These guys wanted to make an impression and win and race this thing for real next year.
Now you would think these guys were racing for $1 million prize purse. Take a look at this. Clark trying again to find a gap and a way around it. So many passing lanes on this course. I can't believe he would go for the middle. Look at this insane crash on the very last lap for Raymond Clark.
Jamie Anthony took that as a cue and rolled right to the finish line.
Well, they managed to push Raymond Clark's machine back over, and then, well, we're getting ready for the post-race hug circle.
Whoa, whoa. Well, you can see that tensions run high on the track, and oftentimes those, they get taken right into the pits as well.
Well, those Pro-Ams are trying to get into this, the Pro Men's Final. They're on the line. In the front row, Mickey Thomas, fourth in points in the hunt. He's with Lorette.
Mickey, talk about how important this start is.
Oh, this is really important. It's a great track out here. It's real fast, so getting a good start is going to really help me. I think we're 1 point out of third and 1 point out of second, so we've got a shot at the lead here if Jason has some bad luck. So we're going to give it all we got.
And speaking of Jason, he's been running really well at this track. What are you going to have to do to upset him?
Well, he's been real fast, so we're hoping maybe for some bad luck. It's a rough track, so breaking the car is definitely a possibility, but we're going to run hard after him and see what we can do.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Lorette. So he's on the front line. Jason Luberg, though, is shuffled back a little bit in this pro pack. He's going to have to fight through.
Digger Doug Gust, one of our wily veterans, he's always fast.
And then Colton Moore, the top qualifier. He's got the inside line on that front row.
Mitch Guthrie is in the championship hunt as well. He actually won in San Diego this year.
So a big surprise there, getting that win in San Diego, but he stayed consistent throughout. And then, this is the story. Jason Luberg, leading in the points, has not won a race so far this season.
It's nice to see Daryl Rath back up towards the front of the pack. He's had a bit of a rough go this year, but he's right where he wants to be.
So you see 2 rows already of guys, any one of which could win this race on the day. but it's all about whether Jason Luberg can fight his way through, push past those 3 racers on the front row, and get himself a championship today. Then, in the back, BC Vaught, Dana Creech. Who would have thought they would have to fight their way out of the last chance qualifier just to be on the line here?
Yeah, I mean, I would have to think that all the pressure's on Luberg right now. He's not right at the front, so he's going to have buggies to battle with and a lot of track.
So getting set to go. This is going to be an intense start to the race because the championship contenders are bunched up so far back.
Yeah, you've got Luberg in the second row, and then BC and Dana Creech are way in the back. This is going to be interesting.
And this is great for Mickey Thomas, though, getting to be on that front row. Remember, he is so close to the points championship, too, and somebody we actually haven't talked about a lot. He's sitting there on the left-hand side, the number 44. Colton Moore gets a good run at the start, though, on the inside.
Wow, what a great hole shot by Colton Moore. And you can see Mickey Thomas was kind of asleep at the switch a little, and he's paying for it right now.
There, the number 55 of Doug Gust tucks in behind Colton Moore. Oh, beaten and banging at the start of this race. Is that Daryl Rath in third?
Unbelievable. Did you see those guys all bunched up on the inside of that corner? Nobody wanted to take the outside.
And what I would think is that for Jason Luberg, you don't want to go too hard, because if you go too hard, you're going to make a mistake and wreck the machine, yet he's right up there in the battle already.
Yeah, no doubt. His nerves are going to be running high. As you can see on board with Doug Gust here. You could just, I mean, the track, look at how bunched up they are. The track just lends to really good racing.
Nice to see a wide racing line here with plenty of opportunity for passing. Colton Moore, though, still in the lead over Doug Gust. And then coming through in third there, Daryl Rath, number 67. Great start for him. Then it's Luberg in fourth.
I would imagine tensions are running a little bit high for Luberg. He's where he wants to be, but man, he's got to be careful.
You got to protect that equipment, make sure you get through to the finish line. You can see just how punishing this course is. Oh, Luberg on 2 wheels going past Daryl Rath.
That was a heck, if he meant to do that, that was a heck of a good move.
Oh man, so there, the 525 of Jason Luberg. Oh no!
Guthrie Jr. hitting the hydro barrier and on his side, just like that.
So he's causing a nice little pile up there behind him too. Yellow flags flying in that area. But the racing continues with Colton Moore out front in the 31C. And then Doug Gust, the 55 right behind him. It's getting hard to see these numbers now. There's so much water and dirt on the track. It's getting hard to see. Oh, Gust!
Doug getting his nose in there and pushing Colton Moore wide, but Colton's not giving up the spot so easily.
Wow, he's trying to figure out if Gust could hang on to it. And he's trying again here on the outside.
Oh my goodness. Colton Moore is not giving up that spot, but it looks like Digger's got it.
Oh, Gust going fast on the outside line there, manages to find a way around Colton Moore. Great driving from the veteran Digger Doug Gust in that number 55 machine. And the question is, can Doug Gust now hold off the charge of the rest of these drivers? Find out when we return to the Mystik Terracross Championship from the Charlotte Motor Speedway here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Welcome back, everyone, to the Mystik Lubricants Terracross Championship. We're in our pro final. The men are working lap number 4 of 10. Doug Gust in the lead over Colton Moore, and then series points leader Jason Luberg, who had to fight his way from the middle of the pack. And let's take a ride along with the general in the driver's seat and go on board with Jason Luberg as he makes the pass for third on Daryl Rath on 2 wheels.
And Jason's going to be fighting for every spot to help him seal up that championship title.
That's still a hard battle for that title. You see a pretty loud yellow flag waving there. Doug Gust works his way past the Husqvarna machine of Jarrett Johnson. He's lapping him now. And Gus is just throwing that thing around this track. He really wants a win here today. But Colton Moore not giving up by any means.
Colton Moore hasn't had a win yet this year. You know he's hungry for one.
Doug Gust getting around the corner. You can see not only is the mud, now the dust is starting to pick up around this track. So, wow, look at that visibility, almost zero.
Unbelievable. I tell you what, Doug Gust, this is what he's used to. I mean, how many times has he raced on tracks that he couldn't see? Probably a lot. So he's right at home out there.
And there you saw Jason Luberg squeezing his way through, and another shot there of Jarrett Johnson. Oh, Johnson pulling off the side of the course, though.
I think we're having a driver switch.
Oh, and look, this Luberg is making the move on Colton Moore on the outside. So Luberg moves himself up into second place.
More championship points, more championship points. You know he's excited about that.
So only Doug Gust now is ahead of Jason Luberg. But Gust is going to be a hard guy to pass. Oh, here we go. Take a look at this. Husqvarna machine at the side of the course. That's Jarrett Johnson getting out. And Jesse Johnson is getting in.
This is not something you see every day, but you know that these guys love to get as much track time as possible. And Jarrett was having some back problems earlier.
So he is helping Jesse get back on the track safely. So a little bit different, not something we see in a 10-lap Terracross race, but track time is important for these rookie Terracross racers. There is the 5:25 of Jason Luberg, our points series leader, in second place in this race behind Doug Gust. So this is a fantastic position for him to be in. Dana Creech sitting back in 6th place.
You know, but that's not a bad spot considering that Creech started in the back row. He's moving up in a big hurry.
So Jason Luberg, we're on board with him, and he looks so calm. You can't even imagine the pressure that must be going through his mind right now when he knows he's got this championship on the line.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it's all about, keeping your iron in one piece, finishing the race. I mean, he's in a championship position right now, but that can change any moment.
So lap 7 of 10 in this final. There is Doug Gust, who is leading out the race. He's got a good margin on Jason Luberg in second place. You're taking a look back from that Nielsen Enterprises Razor of Gust. You don't even see Luberg coming up and over that jump, so he has got a commanding lead so far.
Wow, this is as good as I've seen Doug drive all year. I mean, we expected this from Doug last year. There's been a very talented field this year. It's good to see Doug out front kicking butt.
So 4.5 seconds is the gap back to Luberg now. So clean air for Doug Gust, but not so much for Luberg. He, I think, is facing the challenge of his own mind.
I would agree with that. As a racer, you know, championship is that's our Super Bowl as racers, and for him to be right on the brink of one right now, you know he's freaking out a little bit under that helmet.
So the Anderson Designs Polaris Razor XP 1000, piloted by Jason Luberg, is in second place right now. If he stays there, he will win the championship. His sister won the Pro Women's Championship earlier in the day. Can Luberg hang on for the win? We'll have that answer when we come back.
Mystik Lubricants Terracross Championship is being brought to you by Mystik Lubricants, specially formulated for lubrication domination. Visit MystikLubes.com. By the Polaris Razor XP 1000. And by the General Insurance. Get an anonymous free car insurance quote now.
Jason Luberg is fighting his way through the dust here in Charlotte, hanging on to second place in the hope that he can win the championship with a second place finish. Wow. And there's Doug Gust, the leader.
I feel like only in Terracross racing can you not win a race and win a championship. That just doesn't happen very often. It's really cool and different. I love it.
But we've talked about this all season long. Consistency. Coming into this weekend, BC Vaught, who had not won a race, was the leader in the championship. And as he comes to the white flag to signal the final lap, Jason Luberg, sitting in second place in this race, hasn't won all season long, but if he stays here, he wins himself all the marbles.
This is going to be the longest last lap of Luberg's life for sure. Whoa!
Whoa, and over. Is that Jason Ellis again?
Again.
Oh, man.
Doug Gustin, get out of the way, Ellis, I'm coming through.
That is Jason Yard Sale Ellis earning his reputation. Watch, Luberg now is catching up to Gust. How did that happen?
Oh, be careful, Jason Luberg.
On the very final lap of this race, Jason Luberg is chasing down Doug Gust for what might be his only win of the season. But I don't think he's got enough time to do it. Here we go to the checkered flag. Doug Gust takes it at the flag. Jason Luberg comes in second, but wins the Terracross Championship for 2014.
Luberg is so pumped right now. Burning some cookies down there for the fans. That's got to be exciting.
And looking from the start here, where Jason Luberg was stuck in the middle of that second row.
Oh my gosh, that had to be a nerve-wracking start for Jason, but yeah, he made some stuff happen and put himself in a good position. And here we've got Doug Gust making the pass on the outside over Colton Moore. And Doug, whoa, what a race.
And Doug Gust really had to work Colton Moore for a while before he got clear of him. And Colton Moore put in a great race at the start and could only take third at the end of the race.
And here, right at the end, Luberg making a push to win this thing and the championship. He ended up with just the championship. I don't think he's unhappy about that at all.
No, of course he's not. He was wide in the grass and he couldn't take the win, but he got second place and a championship.
And look at that run from Dana Creech. The guy started all the way in the back row and made it to fourth. That is a heck of a drive.
Winning today, Doug Gust. He's down with Lorette.
An amazing race put on by number 55, Doug Gust, your first win of the season to wrap up the championship bid. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I couldn't have done it without this Mystik, Nielsen's Polaris RZR 1000. It was hooking up great. I had some bad luck this year, but things came my way, and I'm super pumped.
Now, what do you do for next season?
I don't know yet. We're working on for next season, but, keep going home and doing my homework and come back to try to start the season off winning.
Great job, Doug.
Thank you.
Guys, back up to you.
Thanks, Lorette. Great win for the veteran digger Doug Gust, but a rookie season championship for Jason Luberg.
Without a single win on the season, consistency was the name of this championship.
BC Vaught, Dana Creech, they couldn't catch him. Jason Luberg's the champion. He's down with Lorette Nickel.
Well, he came into the lead in round 6. You're walking away with the championship, and you had to play it smart. How did you do it?
It's tough. Everybody, good competition, good people out here. You just really can't go full bore. You got to really conserve the car and make sure that you finish. It was fun. It's nerve-wracking.
How did your car hold up?
Really well. It held up well. In the heat race, I lost 4 drives, so I lost, went from first to third, which didn't hurt me too bad, but it lasted really well here in the final, and couldn't be happier.
Jason, great job.
Thank you very much.
Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Lorette. Jason Luberg takes the win on the season with an incredibly consistent performance. But here at Terracross, it's a family affair, and our Mystik Lubricants lubrication domination performance, Jason's sister, Jamie Ward Luberg.
And what a dominating second half of the season for Jamie. She won the last 3 races of the season and walked away with a championship.
So for that performance, she is our Mystik Lubricants lubrication domination performance. Jamie Ward Luberg takes the championship.
So our 2014 champion is Jamie Ward.
Good job. Awesome. Whoa, that was close.
Can't get any closer.
Yeah, go on. Jamie Ward, you were just announced as the women's champion. Not only did you walk away with the championship, but you're setting history as the first brother and sister team to win dual championships. What does this mean to you today?
It means everything to us. It means everything to our family. Me and my brother came out here this season and I've never even rode a Polaris RZR before. My brother's rode them, but he's never raced them. And we came out here solely to have fun, just to get back into the racing scene and just hit it and have fun. We never expected any of this, and it just could not be any happier, both of us. This is awesome.
And you had a great competitor in Cindy. Talk about that.
Absolutely. Cindy, me and Cindy go way back. We used to race quads together, and we used to battle out for championships back in the day, and it's awesome getting back out here on the track with her. I mean, it's like good old days. Yep, so this is awesome.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Guys, back to you.
So brother and sister both win the Pro Championships on what was another fantastic Terracross season, Paul.
It really was, Tess. The talent pool this year has been so deep. We've seen some incredible racers from all different motorsports come out and play with us here at Terracross. Just really incredible racing, an incredible season, lots of hard work. It's been a whole lot of fun being a part of it.
It really have, and we hope that you at home have enjoyed being along with us for the ride, and we hope to see you again next season for Terracross. So for Paul Thacker and Lorette Nickel, this is Tess Sewell saying thanks for joining us. We'll look forward to seeing you in 2015.